What's going on, players, and welcome back to the beta save with Atletico Madrid. Still not decided on a different name, just going to keep calling it the beta save until I do. And then all the videos previous are going to be renamed, and I'm going to look like an absolute gobshite if you've just started the series. We're back now for episode 5 of the series. Where's the time going? As you can see from the league table here, we have lost. We've actually lost twice. We lost our first league game, which was disappointing. But we're going to play Eibar today, and it's going to be the only game because we're going to go through some of the transfers we made. Eibar sitting in 11th, doing quite well for themselves. Poor Granada and Leganes sitting bottom. I was going to say very far adrift. They're not really. Valladolid and Getafe, only 2 points ahead of them. They're fighting for 17th. And then Osasuna, I think is what Atletico Pamplona is. I'm pretty sure it's Osasuna. 3 points further ahead. So they're getting cut adrift. As it is right now, we're 1 point behind Real Madrid in the league. 1 point ahead of Barcelona. So it is definitely, without a doubt, a 3-horse race. It's the 3 teams you expect them to be. And we're in the middle of it. Let's just hope we can push on and kick some ass. We left off last time against PSG where we got a draw. We then went on to beat Mallorca 5-0. Correa, Lodi, Lorente, Lamar, and Viatolo all getting goals. Then we had a friendly against Roma. I did manage that game actually. That was my assistant. My assistant does friendlies because I don't care. Then we played Osasuna in the league. Beat them 2-0. Morata and Felipe. Felipe is on an absolute tear. I think he's got like 10 goals this year. Then we went and played in Saudi Arabia. We did, with Saudi Arabia, Played Valencia in the Super Cup semi-final. We won that 3-0. Felipe, again. Alvaro Morata with a double. It was... Then we played against Barcelona. Beat them 5-2. I'm going to take it as we were better than them. The only player in the team that wouldn't be a normal player for them was their goalkeeper. But we took advantage of that because Morata got a double, Correa, Sabazali and João Felix all scoring. It was delightful. As you can see, Messi scored in the 15th minute, Morata scored in the 16th. Anything you can do, we can do from open play. Then we beat Celta Vigo 4-2. Correa, Koke, Felipe and Morata all scoring. Then we beat Valladolid 3-0. Morata, Correa and Viatolo scoring. Then we lost to Sociedad in the Spanish Cup. Willem Jose scoring a hat-trick. It was a very annoying goal to concede right at the end. It was just a ball over the top and it beat us. We weren't great to begin with. As you can see, Morata played pretty turd. Then we got beaten by Barcelona in the league. Zavazali and Lamar getting our goals. Griezmann scored against us. He was completely anonymous every time we played Barcelona this year. And then at the 66th minute, just popped in a goal. Away you go. Happy days. I was very annoyed. Transfer-wise, as you can see, tried signing Kurzawa on loan. PSG said no. Then they tried to sign Saul and Koke off us. We said no. Biro has gone out on loan. Gianluigi Simeone, I don't really care. Julio Simeone is off to some amateur club in Argentina. Don't really care. He's really bad. So we're going to have a look at the outs. Couple of players went out on loan. Sold a guy for nothing. Then Versalco went away on a £17.5 million or euro transfer to China. Diego Costa went to Napoli on loan, 275k a month. so it doesn't quite cover his wages, but it's better than what we were being offered for the majority of the other transfers. They were all, we will give you less than 20 million and we want you to pay 200 and something thousand of his wages a week. So no. A bunch of other players went out on loan. We sold this guy. We made tasty profit off him. I think he was worth like 47k when we sold him. 145k to Leganes. Has he played for them yet? He's not. He's played for the B team. He is awful. Bunch of other players went out on freeze. Beer went to Leganes. Koke went on loan to Liverpool. And Arias went to Tottenham. He moaned and bitched. So they bought our right back off us after we bought a right back off them last year. Koke, PSG came in for him. We said no thank you. Then he threw a hissy fit that he wanted to move to PSG. PSG then offered to take him on loan. But then Liverpool offered to take him on loan. So I accepted both offers because they were the exact same offer, because the AI just throw the same offer at you constantly. And he picked Liverpool over PSG. So what do I know? On the ins, Calvin Ramsey is a 16-year-old right back. Brought him in from Aberdeen. Looks pretty decent. Came in, picked up an injury almost instantly. Pretty much the day he arrived, which is fantastic. Biro finally arrived and then went straight out on loan because he's okay. But he picked up an injury and he had some illness that meant he couldn't play for us when we signed him anyway. So he played a couple of games for the B team and then left for Leganes. Wasn't it Leganes? Yeah. So he's still in the top division, just not with us. Going to fight relegation battle for them. Then we signed Irakovic from this. It was Red Star. Yeah, we signed him from Red Star for 160k. Looked a decent prospect, so I said, you know what, we're lacking in centre back. Might as well bring in a nice little centre back. Then we signed Lassina Traore, who my scouts said he was fantastic. My assistant reckons he's pretty turd. So he's come in and been injured since he arrived, so he's not played yet. So we needed to fix the striker issue. So we signed Alexander Isak on loan from Sociedad. And then he played one game, then had to go. He was ineligible for the game against Real Sociedad. So I had no strikers on the bench, so Morata had to play. Morata's played most of the games anyway, but still, it would have been nice to have a player that I could have brought on and been like, here we go, this will be fine. And we brought in a Slovenian centre-back. Again, we need numbers at the back. He looks decent, looks like he could be good. He's got a lot of good numbers, and he's only 20, so he could progress. Not really played in the top division in Slovenia since he moved to Olympia. Played a couple of games, but played a lot of games for Crisco. We have brought him on a couple of times as a substitute, but he's not really had much of an impact at the minute. So we've a total of 288 that we spent and sold 401 million. Not all of that is my fault. Either way, I haven't spent 288 million and I haven't sold 401 million. But financially, we're not doing as bad as we were. We have a huge amount of transfer budget, but I just couldn't get anyone that I was able to sign. So we're still severely lacking a left back. We have two if you count Hermoso, who is more of a centre back, but he has to play at left back today because Lodi is injured. Lassina Traore still not back from his injury. Irakovic still he's picked up a knock recently. Lodi is fit. Told me that Lodi wasn't fit. Alright, Lodi goes straight back in. So for the game against Eibar today, we are going to be playing Oblak in goal, Trippier and Lodi as our wing backs. Lodi is a complete wing back. He plays so very good as a complete wing back. Scores lots of goals. scored 5. Felipe, oh, it's 9. Sorry, I thought it was 10. Jimenez and Felipe. Felipe is a 1 in 3 man, and he's a centre back. He is scoring mostly from corners, but still. Then we have Hector Herrera and Saul playing as our central midfield partnership. Correa, Yao Felix, and Lamar behind Morata. I do want to get Isaac more involved. We have an optional €25 million transfer clause for him. So if I decide that he deserves to be the backup for next season, could bring him in for 25 million. Probably won't. That was basically my way of stopping Sociedad from asking for ridiculous sums of money in monthly. They wanted 200 and something thousand a month to take him, and 100% of his wages. So I said, here, look, we won't give you any money a month, but we'll pay his wages, and we'll have an option to buy him for 25 million in the summer. And they were like, yeah. So all in all, seems like a decent I think it's a decent transfer, because he's just going to be a backup. He's played very little for us. He was sort of first choice, kind of rotation with Will and Jose at Sociedad. Just bring him in. He's handy to have around the place. We literally had no other strikers because Carmelo wanted to leave on loan to further his progression as a footballer, and we got rid of Diego Costa because he costs a small fortune to keep at the club. And even though he's being paid 300k a week by us, 275k of that comes in a month. So technically we're only paying him 25k. So it's not the worst thing in the world. I think we need to, kind of keep an eye on Sergei Heinrich a little bit. He can be quite good. We do, judging by the team they've put out, we have the fitness advantage. So I'm hoping that we can just kind of continue down the road of continuing to just be fitter than them. Oh, Felipe just puts it wide. The new setup I have is basically get it on Felipe's head because he's 6'4". So basically he's FM20's version of Big Ari Suter. Anyone who was watching my Director of Football Non-League to Legend series last year will know that when I was at Forest Green Rovers and the Director of Football brought in Big Ari, I basically just planted the ball on his head. That was our corner and free kick routine. If the option comes available, just put it on the head of Big Ari. Instead now it's Big Felipe. And he's not even that big. He's 6'4". He's tall Felipe. Not Big Ari. Big Ari was 6'8". What a beast. I did try and sign him, to be fair. 12.5 million. Oh, Correa. What a fantastic double save by the keeper. I did have a transfer for Big Ari agreed. 12.5 million. Couldn't afford it, so we didn't do it. And then we sold Arias. So yeah, I'm going to tell him I'm not happy because we should really be winning this game quite convincingly, and we're not, which is frustrating. Morata, like Isaac, he's not the best striker in FM, but this could be his game to prove that he's capable, at least. The Eibar goalkeeper is making some fantastic saves, and we are playing fantastically poorly. Jimenez wins the ball, and the highlight ends. Yeah, we're going to let's get creative. Okay. it's worked. What I have noticed is that the demand more, get creative, and show some passion still works a lot of the time, but you do get the odd time where they're like, why would we do insert whatever the shout was? Oh, they're being a little bit fancy here, aren't they? Saul, Herrera, Lamar gets dispossessed but wins the ball back, knocks it in. Herrera's not there, can't win it, and Saul puts it over. Rightio, we're just going to take off Morata because he's not playing all that well. No, I haven't played with an advanced forward yet, so this is going to be interesting. Thomas Partey, ain't no party like a Thomas Partey. He almost left, but didn't. As you can tell, it's the fact that he's sitting on the bench. Was it Tottenham came in to buy him? But Jimenez, he's just put it wide. They offered to buy him, but they wanted to pay significantly less than what he was valued at. So I said no. There was no way I was selling Thomas Partey for anything less than his value. They were offering like 12 million or something for him. I was like, like I prefer 40, but they were like 12 and a half. 40, 12 and a half, 39. Okay, you've talked us into it. 12 and a half. The AI are very frustrating to deal with, because then they'll turn around and be like, we want to sign one of your players, but we're only going to get, or you want to sign one of our players, but we're only going to give you, like, we want 127 million for a 16-year-old who's never seen a football. And it's a really good deal. Thomas Lamar also. Llorente has to be on. He's onside. Don't be doing this to me. He's not. He's offside. How was he offside? Felipe was offside. What was I saying? I don't remember. With this poor result now, we're going to drop to third in the league. So not ideal. Maybe not. Thomas Lamar. Thomas Lamar won the Ballon d'Or. He is just an absolute monster since I put him on the wing. I was on the verge of selling him to buy reinforcements basically, and then he won. Then I moved him onto the left because Vitolo was having a bit of a shit season, and he turned into an absolute monster on the wing. As you can see, he's scored quite a few goals. It's been quite enjoyable having him around since he decided to start being a footballer, and he won a couple of awards, so it was delightful. Isaac, just gets pushed wide, and game's not ended yet. I don't know if anyone has looked over here. There's nearly 58,000 people in the stadium. 82 of them are Eibar fans. Kieran Trippier has ended up becoming first choice right back as well, because we don't have any other right backs now since Arias left. And Vasalko, we literally sold our original starting right back and the backup second or third choice right back also left. But to be fair, the second or third choice right back left before the starting right back. So anything happens, our only options at right back are basically centre backs. So it's not ideal. I know they're saying it's poor. I'm going to tell them they did really well because we won. And I think you need to reinforce good behaviour. You win a game, you get rewarded. You lose a game, you get screamed at. So because we just about scraped a win, we are continuing to sit in second. Real Madrid absolutely slapped Getafe and Barcelona just squeaked past Villarreal. Where are Villarreal? 8th. Okay, so surprise. Levante are doing quite well this season in 5th, ahead of Valencia. Real Betis have plummeted of late, 10 draws and 5 defeats. That would explain why. Leganes and Granada must have won their games. Granada beat Mallorca, and Leganes beat Betis. Nabil Fekir, Marcus Rojo, just saying. They don't have a terrible squad. Superb in front of goal. Well done, buddy. So our next game, which originally was going to be the game of this episode, is going to be against Inter. Or do we do the second leg of Inter? I think we do Inter Granada, and then the next game, or the next episode, we do Inter Alaves, or maybe Bilbao. We'll definitely be playing Inter, and maybe we do. Kind of want to do Sevilla Inter, but then that means we're literally just going to skip the Villarreal game. Yeah, we'll go back for Sevilla Inter, and then Inter Alaves or Bilbao, one of those two. So yeah, leave a comment down below. What do you think of my transfers? How have we done? Do you think we made a boo-boo by selling Arias, loaning out Koke? So I don't think he can play against us in the Champions League. Did not think of that. This could be Diego Costa could end up biting us in the ass as well. Although by the looks of it, he won't, because he's having a pretty bad season since he moved. So joke's on him. He's pretty shit, which is annoying because I was kind of hoping to use that loan as a way to persuade someone to buy him. Doesn't look like it's going to happen now. But like I said, if you've enjoyed, please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment down below, like I said, with what you think my transfers were like. If you think they were good, or if you think they were bad. Would you have done something different? Would you have kept Koke and sold someone else? Or would you have kept Arias and had the two of them duking it out, Trippier and Arias duking it out for a right back continuously? Would you have bought any of the centre backs that I bought? Is there something? Lucina Traore, will he be a complete flop? But it looks of it, yeah, I think he will be. I'm pretty sure Arias or Traore might be the biggest waste of 3 million I've ever spent, especially since we were struggling at the time for money, and I went and spent 3 million on a striker because one of my scouts said he's really good, and then my assistant went no. So like I said, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all your friends, blah 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 blah. Nobody cares. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.